Happy to be here with my brothers of blog. Ready to get to it, and I'm so excited about this show. But you pay yourself a professional athlete, and you get paid to catch the ball and can't. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donnie Epting, Dwayne Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
The boys are back in sound. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, we welcome you to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch Softball on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And as always, this edition of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Pure Flix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net or on the BGC Sports app and click on the Pure Flix banner and start your free trial today. Yes, 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 yes. I am the captain, Donnie Epting, here on the In the Zone Sports Show. And as always, my two brothers, they are here with me. We're ready to deliver another episode to you of our great show. Let's get the guys in here. First up, down in the 985, I think, Dwayne Sutton. What's going on?
Why, what's up? What's up? Hello, world. The Wolster is here, ready to get the show rolling, ready to be in this thing with my brothers of blog and get to work. Let's do this.
I did have 985, right?
He did have 985, right?
Okay, my bad. All right. In the home of the 469, the 214, the 972, and all the other area codes that's represented in Dallas, Texas, Willie Epting Jr. What's going on?
What's good, family? What's good, fellas? You also left out Captain 682 as well as 817. All y'all stand up. Let's get to work.
Indeed. And 314, 213. Never mind. Just get on with it.
Pros. Oh, okay.
Just really get on with it.
Yeah.
Dwayne, Willie, Dwayne, Willie, Dwayne. Y'all ready?
Oh, we ready, man.
And here we go. Hashtag run the break. Once again, Stephen Curry is the most valuable player of the National Basketball Association. Check this out, everybody. He is the first player in the history of the association to be named a unanimous, he said, a unanimous MVP. Garnered every single first place vote. Guys, let's discuss this feat and Mr. Curry's legacy. First off, before we do that, 73-9. Most wins in an NBA season for the Warriors. Their coach won Coach of the Year, Steve Kerr, that is. So let's discuss Curry's legacy. Let's discuss this feat. Let's start this off with the OG of the group, Willie Epting Jr.
Man, what can you say about Mr. Curry? You can make a case that not only is he the most valuable player, but he's also the most improved player. Are you kidding me? His stats this year, sick. Very, very sick. 50% from the field, 90% from the line, 40% from the land of three, averaged over 30. This is his second straight MVP, as you just alluded to, or as you just stated, Donnie. He is only one of 3 point guards in the history of this game on the pro level to win back-to-back MVPs of the league. The other 2 are who?
Oscar Robertson?
No, sir.
Magic Johnson?
He is one of them, yes.
Nash.
Yes, Steve Nash.
Reluctantly, Nash.
That's another topic for another show, Dwayne.
Yeah, exactly. But let me throw some other quick stats out at y'all real quick. His career averages are 22.4 points, 7 assists, and just under 2 steals. 48% overall from the field, 44% from the land of 3, and 90% from the line. You know, with all the talk about his ankles and him not being able to stay on the floor, well, he just completed his 7th regular season in the NBA, and there's only been one season where he played less than 74 games. So,
wow.
Yeah, his legacy, in my opinion, is cemented.
All right, Dwayne, let's get your additions to the feats of one Stephen Curry.
Well, I'll say this. His first MVP, I probably was in the minority on it, but I thought it was a little questionable because at one point we weren't sure whether or not, I wasn't sure whether Steph was the best player on that team. Steph definitely removed a lot of doubts for me this year. It's amazing, as good as year as he had last year, he somehow got better this year. I found that to just be phenomenal, to be honest with you. So with that being said, back-to-back MVPs, in the running right now for possibly back-to-back titles, 73-9. He's definitely put himself up there with some of the best in the game. The longer he plays, the higher he climbs that ladder.
Let's let me throw this out there at y'all. Check this out. He's got the highest selling jersey for the second straight year. Of course, most three-pointers in NBA history with 402. Remember, no one had ever hit 300 threes in a season. Chew on that for a second. He joins 6 other players in the 50-40-90 club that Willie mentioned earlier. Anybody want to take a guess at the other 6 real quick?
Reggie Miller.
1.
Larry Bird.
2.
Dirk Nowitzki.
3.
And I stopped there because I have no other clues.
Steve Nash. Mark Price. Kevin Durant.
I didn't expect to see KD on them.
Mark Price is a blast from the past. He was very good.
Right, and Steph is the first one to win the scoring title in the same season in which he joined the 50-40-90 club.
And you know what else is good about that stat is not only did he lead the league in scoring, but he also led the league in steals.
Right. Does it on both ends of the floor. You can't get any more complete.
His legacy is cemented. And even though this is only his 7th season, I mean, he could be merely pedestrian for the next 4 or 5 years and be considered one of the best to ever do it.
Right. I mean, right now some people will not give him the best player in the league, but he's definitely 1, 2, or 3 right now in most of our orders. To me, he's 2. I still give number 23 in Cleveland his just due as number 1. That's just me.
I don't know, man.
I don't. Steph is number 1.
That's why I say that's just me. You know, that's me. I'm of the minority. Let's remember, LeBron does have some rings.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like you want to say much more than that.
Yeah, I agree with that. It may not be enough time. That might be something for another day.
Right.
I'm holding my words for something else on that. I'm not going to even go into that, but yeah.
All right. Let's move on here. Monday night, game 4, Steph returned from a knee injury which sidelined him for 2 weeks. He came off the bench, helped lead his team to victory. He scored 40. He's one of 2 men to come off the bench and score 40 points in an NBA playoff game. You guys know who the other player was?
Vinnie Johnson.
Nick Van Exel.
Nick the Quick.
Steph also had 17 points in OT, which is an NBA record for any game, regular season or postseason. So that got us thinking. Let's talk about some of our most memorable playoff performances. Let's start this off with Dwayne Sutton.
I will be honest with you. It was a toss-up of two games, but when it comes down to it, I had to go where it was really on both sides. And I'm going back to 1988, Game 7, Eastern Semis between the Hawks and the Celtics. Bird and Neek.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mano y mano.
34 for Bird, 47 for Neek. Bird had, 20 points in the fourth quarter?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking when you say an all-out shootout, they went back and forth, like you said, mano y mano.
Right.
That's what basketball was all about. That's what you paid the good money to go to those games for. Right. This is what you look forward to, man. That to me was just magical. I'm not gonna say what my other one was because it might be someone else's, but that was my number one.
Okay, I had that as my number 3. I went with 3 different ones just in case you guys named one of my other 2. But that was my third one. All right, Willie, let's get yours.
All right, I actually came with 2 as well, but my number 1, Sir Charles Barkley, the Phoenix Suns Charles Barkley, not the Philadelphia 76er. 1993 Western Conference against the then OKC Thunder. The now OKC Thunder and the then Seattle Supersonics. Sir Charles, as we all know, he's only 6'4". They list him at 6'6". 43 points, 15 rebounds, 13 dimes. As they closed out the Sonics en route to their appearance in the NBA Finals that season. And I'll give you guys my second one here in just a second.
All right. So I'm glad you guys didn't take my number 1. Michael Jordan, 1986, first round. Dwayne, I know you and I have talked about it. I say this is the single greatest game in the history of the NBA after Wilt Chamberlain. It was in the Garden against the Celtics, who ran the Eastern Conference at the time. Jordan put up 63 in Game 2. Boston won the game, took the game at home in the Garden. But the only thing that everybody's talked about since then was Michael Jordan taking flight. His royal airness taking flight in that game. That game kind of kick-started the phenomenon that became Michael Air Jordan.
Well, you got to remember, Jordan was coming back from the broken foot.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
So this is, fresh, coming back, supposedly got rust on. His raw greatness showed up that night.
That's right.
But how about when he was on the elbow against Bird and he went through between his legs like 3 times, did a little hesitation, created some space, and just knocked the jumper over him. And you could just see Bird with his 7-inch vertical trying to get up there to contest it. And it just wasn't happening. Did I say 7-inch vertical?
Yeah,
he did. He did.
I think Bird's hair that year was higher than his vertical. Dude had no lift.
Can I throw y'all my third choice? Was I done?
Real quick, if you don't mind.
8 points, 9 seconds.
Reggie
Miller in the Garden.
Reggie, did you have another one?
Yeah, I had John Stockton, man. He had 24 points and 23 assists.
Here's my other one that I had in addition to the one Dwayne named, the first one Dwayne named. LeBron James, 48 points at the Palace, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Remember, he hit 25 in a row in 29 of his team's final 30 points.
That was actually my third choice.
Okay, good deal. Guys, we got about 90 seconds left. Let's move on to talk about Tracy McGrady. He said that the NBA is watered down, a watered-down league, because Steph Curry was the unanimous MVP. Dwayne, let's get your quick thoughts on Mr. McGrady's statement.
I don't believe it was a shot at Steph Curry. I do believe the NBA is watered down, simply because these players are coming in and they're just not ready. They don't take the time to really learn and hone their skills in college. So I can't do anything but agree with him.
All right, Willie, what's your thinking on that?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Dwayne. I don't think he's hating on Steph at all. If you can shoot the ball, you can shoot the ball in any era. He's just saying the way that it is and how the rules changes have taken place, and like Dwayne said, the fundamentals of these players is lacking. So I think he meant more of that than really taking a shot at Steph.
Gotcha. I don't think the league is watered down because you do have some superstars in the league still. You've got LeBron, you've got Westbrook, Durant, Paul George, amongst other guys. But look, as it was mentioned earlier, Steph improved his game from year to year, from a title-winning MVP award campaign to the next year. I wouldn't say the league is watered down. There are plenty of stars left to definitely say that the league is still some good. All right, fellas, let's do this. We're going to take our first time out. When we come back here on the In the Zone Sports Show, we'll talk some football, and we'll talk a little more basketball later on. We'll do all that and more when we come back here on the In the Zone Sports Show right after this.
The following was recorded at a Burger King drive-thru at breakfast.
Morning, welcome to Burger King.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich?
Sure can. Right now they're 2 for $4, but could you say that word again?
Croissant sandwich?
Oh, where I'm from we say croissant.
Wow. Where you from?
From behind this counter?
Piled high with thick-cut bacon or savory sausage, fluffy eggs, and melted cheese. Get 2 croissant breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
All right, we welcome you back to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch Softball, the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And this edition of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by PureFlix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net on the BGC Sports app and click on the PureFlix banner and start your trial today. All right, it is time for us to talk about some pig skin, the National Football League. And the second installment of the NFL Top 100 has been revealed. The captain, Donnie Epting, will go through players number 90 through 81. Coming in at number 90 is former Bears and now Jet running back Matthew Forte from Slidell, Louisiana. Number 89, wide receiver, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Allen Hurns. Number 88, Ironhead's son. Rest in peace, Ironhead. Cameron Hayward checks in at 88, defensive end from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 87, wide receiver, the New England Patriots, Julian Edelman. Number 86, running back, Carolina Panthers, the running back, y'all, Jonathan Stewart. Number 85, you like that? Yeah, you like that. Kirk Cousins, quarterback, Washington Redskins. Number 84, outside linebacker from the Kansas City Chiefs, Tamba Ali. Number 83, intriguing, Telvin Smith, linebacker from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 82, tight end, Tennessee Titans, Delaney Walker. And number 81, quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, Alex Smith. Guys, let's get you back in here and get your thoughts on the list. We'll start with Dwayne. Any surprises there in 90 through 81 for you?
Kirk Cousins, Alex Smith. I'm kind of shocked to see Kirk Cousins here. I thought he'd probably be a little bit lower. I'd give him the respect of being in the top 100. But, I mean, he did have a great season last year. Delaney Walker, I will say this about the majority of this list. Not many of them were on here last year.
Right.
Not many were on here last year. Delaney Walker, he had some games where he just actually disappeared. And I know this because he was my starting tight end in fantasy league. Showed up, was dominant, and then you look up for a few weeks and say, did he play? I understand he can't throw and catch the ball, but you wouldn't say that about Gronk. You wouldn't even say that about Reed in Washington.
Yeah. who just got new money, by the way.
Big Daddy Dollars. That's what they is.
Right.
But no, I probably would put Edelman a little bit higher. I don't think people understand how valuable this guy is to the Patriots offense. But no, you gotta respect it. I don't like him, but I respect it.
You don't like him, or you don't like him, or him
them.
being on the list? Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask another question now. Calm down, Mister Willie Epting Jr. Let's get you in here. Number 89. I know you want to talk about number 89 on this list. Allen Hurns, wide receiver of the Jaguars. So get to it.
Well, I really don't want to talk about him in the depth of what you think. I mean,
really,
I'm glad. I'm glad because he's gonna be there higher than that in the next coming years. I want to talk a little bit about Alex Smith. You know, he didn't have a bad season. Mr. Non-turn the ball over at all. 65% completion percentage, 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, only 7 picks. Also, with Kirk Cousins, he led the league in completion percentage, 70% or 69.8. He has some really good numbers, man. 379 completions and 543 attempts. 29 touchdowns and only 11 interceptions. That guy was really impressive, man. 101.6 quarterback rating. I thought that he would be not mentioned in the first couple of days of this countdown. I figured he would be probably closer to the 50 range or maybe even the 60 range, not here in the 80s.
I think he's about where – I think he's right where he should be. You got to think about some of the quarterbacks that's going to come off of this list. Roethlisberger, Cam, Brady, Rodgers, Breeze. I think Jameis Winston is going to find his way onto this list somehow.
And you know what? Of those people that you named, there's only one quarterback that's ahead of him in the statistical categories, that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That would be Tom Brady.
There you have it. All right. Anyone else strike a chord with you on the list, Willie?
Matt Forte, you know, he's an all-around back, and, of course, you know, he's a third down back, and most fantasy people would love to have picked him probably in the second or third round. To see him slipping may be a tribute to the fact that he is getting older. And the fact that the Chicago Bears, their offense just isn't once what it was. I mean, Cutler, you know, they lost Brandon Marshall. So his production was definitely down, I think, due to those factors.
Yeah, it did surprise me a little that Forte did actually make the list. He was injured last year in Chicago. They had a guy by the name of Jeremy Langford start, thus making Forte expendable. But he's one of those do-it-all kind of guys like Marshall Faulk, like Roger Craig was back in the day. His value, there is no amount that you can give to his value. He's like indispensable to a degree. I thought Kirk Cousins may have been a little higher on the list than 85. You know, maybe, like you said, Willie, maybe in that 60s range. I would have even maybe gone 70s for Kirk Cousins. Delaney Walker, he became Marcus Mariota's best friend in Mariota's rookie season up in Tennessee. And how about Jonathan Stewart? You know, he shared that backfield all those years with D'Angelo Williams. D'Angelo goes to Pittsburgh, and Stewart gets the majority of the carries, and in his first year, he toted the load quite well and is recognized by his peers being one of the top 100 in the league.
Yeah, it was good to see Stewart get in there and get that notoriety and that recognition. You know, he's been a bit injury prone over the last few seasons, even sharing the load with D'Angelo. So it was good to see him get notoriety or get recognized for that.
All right, and the NFL Top 100, they're counting down the players from 100 down to 1, as voted on by the players. Comes on NFL Network each week or each Wednesday, I should say, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and then right after that, which is an hour show, and right after that, they have the half-hour reaction show, which is a lot of comedy between Amber, Thea Harris, and all of the different NFL Network personalities that they have on there. Eric Davis, Marshall Faulk was on the first one. Reggie Wayne was on the first one. Makes for good TV. And so each week we will recap the 10 players as they come off the board all the way down to number 1. All right, continuing on with the NFL theme. Up in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love and cheesesteaks and the pin relays and the Jell-O pudding. There is a bit of controversy going on amongst the quarterbacks up in Philadelphia. Remember, the Eagles drafted Carson Wentz with the number 2 pick in the draft as they moved up and swapped places with the Cleveland Browns. They also brought in Chase Daniel in the offseason from the Chiefs. The new head coach up there, Doug Peterson, from Northeast Louisiana University. He knows of Chase Daniel quite well with their Kansas City days. And the guy who signed an extension, who everyone thought was going to be the presumed starter, Sam Bradford, is unhappy. He wants out, but he has made his way to the team facility for the organized team activities. We're going to get Dwayne Sutton to the microphone and get his thoughts on Mr. Bradford's, I guess, being upset about his current situation.
Sam, sit down, Sam. I'm going to talk to you, boy. You like playing quarterback, don't you, boy? Don't you like playing quarterback here?
I don't want to play quarterback.
Yes, you do. You want to play quarterback. That's why you signed a contract. Now, here's the problem. Sam, you're fragile. If the wind blows the wrong way, your knee's going with it.
Got to stretch away for your pimp.
Definitely got a stretcher waiting for you, pimp. So you got to understand why we had to go ahead and make sure we have a nice, healthy quarterback competition. Yes, we made the bonehead move of even keeping you, but hey, it is what it is. And that's how I feel, truly, fellas. I do feel like Philly caused all these problems just by keeping Sam Bradford. I don't know why in the world you paid this man after, I'm not even going to say a mediocre season. Sam Bradford is garbage.
Oh, boy.
He is. He's garbage. But you paid him. All right, I get it. You brought in Chase Daniels, who I personally, I liked him in New Orleans. I thought he would honestly stick around and be the Breeze heir apparent, I guess. But I thought he might get his shot. I still feel like you can't trade Bradford. Nobody's going to want him, especially not with the money that's owed. Good luck to y'all.
Right. By the way, that was Dwayne starting off as Morgan Freeman, or I should say Joe Clark, principal of Eastside High, talking to Sam, and not Thomas Sams, but Sam Bradford. All right, Willie Epstein Jr., it's your turn, sir.
Man, do I have to follow that? Really? I mean, come on, dude. You're going to put me behind the 8 ball like that. But no, you know, you're right. There's no market for Sam. Nobody wants him. He didn't do himself any favors. He pouted like a little kid. He's probably still looking for his sippy cup. And at the end of the day, you know, nobody wanted to even try to trade for him. The only team that was interested was the Broncos, and that's only because they have AC Slater looking like Mark Sanchez. But they thought better that they would be better off and have a better chance of winning with him than they would with Potty Face Jr.
Who?
Potty Face.
It's a lot of name calling here.
Right.
Potty Face. I know.
Hey, AC Slater.
No, these boys are sensitive. You can't keep calling them all their names.
Especially right. Sam. He's very sensitive.
How did Major Payne say? Fit the teeth.
Yeah.
Check this
out. So now what happens?
Go ahead.
He goes back to Philly. They're going to welcome him with open arms because they want to win, and they think he gives them the best chance.
No, they not. Philly fans ain't stupid. That boy don't want to be there. They don't want him there.
And I'm talking about his fellow players. They want him more so
Same
than Wentz.
thing. They ain't stupid.
Okay.
Look, Chase Daniel will be the starter week 1. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't care. Nobody's afraid of the Sacramento Queens. Oh, my bad. Wrong rant. But seriously, here are my thoughts on this Sam Bradford situation. I got 3 words for you. I don't care.
Big to know, man.
I don't care. So what's the next topic?
I've never seen a professional athlete afraid of competition. I don't get it.
I don't care. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I really don't care. Chase Daniel will be the starter. He'll keep the seat warm for Carson Wentz, who will probably start in the latter part of the year. I don't think Philly's going to win that division. I don't think Philly's going to contend for a playoff spot. I could very well see Philly coming up the rear, bringing up the rear in the NFC East this year. So I say all that to say, I don't care.
Oh,
Uno. Willie, we're going to dedicate these last couple of minutes to you, man, and the impending doom that may be taking place in Alameda County with your Raiders possibly moving to Viva Las Raiders. So, the mic is yours. You got something you want to say. Say it.
Well, you can go ahead and start the music because I'm very, very upset as to what could possibly be taking place with my beloved Raiders. I have been an Oakland Raider fan since I can remember, living back in California in the early 70s, and the likes of John Matusak and Rob Martin playing in a celebrity basketball game versus the Burkhalter Bobcat Elementary School dads, in which they put a whooping on our father so bad to where I think they just made me become a Raiders fan because of the way they did it. Anyway, this impending move to Vegas, as a fan, I don't want to see it. I'm a traditionalist. That's my team. But from a business standpoint, I understand what Mr. Davis is doing. You know, they are rolling out the red carpet, so to speak, in Vegas to the tune of a $1.2 billion dome that's going to be able to house them as well as the UNLV basketball team and football team as well. Of course, they're going to try to get the All-Star game there again and maybe even the Super Bowl. You know, the bottom line is that if they can't get a deal done in Oakland, which, you know, it's a shame because that stadium that they play in is so outdated, it's ridiculous. Just remember going in there and watching the A's play and seeing a couple of Raiders games. That was back in the 70s, and they still play in that same stadium. And I believe it is the only stadium in the country where a baseball team and a football team still share one venue. So Oakland, surrounding areas, Fremont, if you guys can just come together and get a deal done with the Raiders, that would make me very, very happy.
All right. I think they're as good as gone. That's just my opinion. Yeah, it's kind of asinine and kind of antiquated that they are still sharing a football and baseball stadium between the Athletics and the Raiders. But that area, great fans. You want to see teams stick around like the Chargers as well down in San Diego. So we'll see what happens. That's going to do it for segment 2. When we come back, we'll bounce the ball back over to the hard court to talk some basketball. We'll do all that more when we come back here on the End Zone Sports Show right after this.
What if I told you you could reverse diabetes and stop taking your diabetes medication? If you or someone you care about has diabetes or prediabetes, there's a special free report you need to watch. You may have heard about this. It's all over the internet. 11diabetes.com. People who have followed this plan at 11diabetes.com reportedly have not only normalized their blood sugar, but have stopped taking their diabetes meds completely with their doctor's approval. 11diabetes.com is a natural, drug-free approach to reversing diabetes with remarkable results in as little as 4 weeks. 11diabetes.com will save you from being a slave to doctor-prescribed drugs. It's easy. 11diabetes.com gives you 3 specific actions to get your blood sugar under control. And the best part is, the main ingredient and solution is a common spice found in most kitchens. Watch the free video for yourself at 11diabetes.com. Watch for free at 11diabetes.com. Get back the quality of your life and free yourself from diabetes medications. Go to 11diabetes.com.
We welcome you back to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch Softball on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. This edition of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by PureFlix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net or on the BGC Sports app and click on the PureFlix banner and start your free trial today. All right, last call. Segment 3, or segment 3, here on the In the Zone Sports Show. We now have our Western Conference Finals set after Thursday night's big win, 113-99 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We know that they will be meeting up with the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. So that's part of the NBA's Final Four. Oklahoma City took the series from San Antonio 4-2. And who'd have thought that after that opening game debacle that happened down in San Antonio? I think OKC lost by like 70. And it just looked like they were not going to have a chance in the series. They wound up winning Game 2 in San Antonio. Wound up winning Game 5 in San Antonio. Brought it on home with the Game 6 win. Let's get some early discussion on the Thunder versus Warriors. Let's get Willie Epting Jr. to the microphone, Mr. Oakland himself. What are your early thoughts on that upcoming series in the Western Conference?
I believe that the Thunder have peaked at the right time. The Warriors did take the season series from the Thunder, sweeping them 3-0. I think one of those games was in Oakland and 2 of them were in OKC, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the other way around.
Other way around? Okay.
2 in Oakland. Yeah, there were 2 in Oakland.
Nevertheless, they were 3-0 against the Thunder this year. I'm looking forward to this matchup, particularly at the number 1 spot with Steph versus Russ. Russell, as we know, is so athletic, and he can put so much pressure on the defense. I'm not sure that they will put Steph on Russ. I mean, I could see Draymond getting some action against Westbrook. I could see Iguodala getting some action against Westbrook. And also Clay as well, Klay Thompson. So
yeah, I think it'll be Clay most probably.
Mostly Clay.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that in sporadic parts of the game, whenever they're trying to switch it up and give them different looks, you can see any one of those 4 players. I'm looking forward to the fact that these 2 teams love to get up and down the floor, and it's going to be a very, very exciting season. I don't want to make a prediction yet, as I don't think we're ready to do that, or are we? No, we're not.
Nah.
So, looking forward to a very competitive series. As you stated, Donnie, I am quote-unquote Mr. Oakland, but surprisingly, I am not a Warriors fan.
Right. Yeah, very surprisingly. And as far as the series goes, please stay tuned to our Twitter. We have updated our Twitter handle. It is now at ITZSportsShow all together. And we'll be posting our thoughts and things of that nature. Look for things from our YouTube channel as well. Previews of the series to come, Western Conference and Eastern Conference. Let me quit talking now. Let's get Dwayne Sutton's early thoughts on that Western Conference Final Series.
As a Laker fan, I am truly rooting for Russell Westbrook. Have been for a while now. I've been on record saying he needs to be in L.A. His heart, his anger that he plays with reminds me a lot of old Tufo. With that being said, it was truly amazing to watch him elevate his game in that series against the Spurs. And it's even creating a little conflict internally for me because I'm starting to question whether or not he's kind of pushed himself past Durant's level. But, we'll debate that later. With that being said, I am looking forward to the action that is going to happen between the Warriors and the Thunders. I sounded like my grandmother on that one. The Thunders. Anyway, no, it's going to be truly amazing. I know the regular season, it wasn't exactly what it lived up to be, but all that's on the line right now. Regular season is out the window. I don't think Curry's ankles or knee would really allow him to even attempt to stay in front of Westbrook that much. So I don't expect much from that matchup. And with everybody that y'all named possibly guarding Westbrook, none of those have the foot speed to really keep up with him as well. Either way, like you said, Willie, they peaked at the right time. I think this is going to be an all-out brawl. So, and that's where I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah, I as mentioned earlier, I look for Clay to do a lot of the defending on Russell Westbrook. Let's say this about the regular season. It was a 3-0 sweep for Golden State. Oklahoma City had the lead in the fourth quarter in all three games. And we all know Oklahoma City's, ineptness, if that's a word, lack of ability to hang on to a lead, we'll say. So that'll be interesting to see if Oklahoma City gets a lead in the fourth quarter. Can they hang on to it? Remember the game in OKC where Steph went absolutely crazy with the three-pointers. He made 12 in one game. And he hit that long, it was about, 35-foot three-pointer to win that game in OKC. But definitely looking forward to the matchup I'm kind of looking forward to is Ibaka and Draymond Green. Serge Ibaka, he's kind of been a disappearing act. And remember, the Thunder made the choice to sign him to a long-term deal and trade James Harden to Houston. So we'll see how it all plays out. Go ahead, Willie.
Hey, guys, real quick. I said earlier that the Warriors, they being the Warriors, love to get up and down the floor. In the 3-game series against the Thunder, they're averaging 119 points a game. Average margin of victory, 10 points.
And there you have it. All right, let's talk about the Eastern Conference. Cleveland dispatched of the Hawks in 4, making all kind of 3-point shots. Let's talk about the Cavaliers as they get set to play in the Eastern Conference Finals. They've got a bit of a break. They clinched that series against the Hawks on Mother's Day. So rest versus rust. Dwayne Sutton, what's your thoughts on that for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Well, from what I saw, because they actually had that same situation coming into that series with the Hawks.
Right.
First games for them is usually just working out the kinks. But by game 2, they usually get it together. And I will say I will give that credit to the likes of Tyronn Lue and LeBron James. That coaching duo, they do a great job with that team. They really do.
You ain't right.
This is I don't care what anybody says. The playoffs is a time. It's a time where you put a lot of tread on the body. I mean, like, you really wear yourself down. So while you might want to continue to play so you don't get rusty, your body is appreciating this downtime. And I think they should just kind of, let that be the mentality. You can't do anything if your body fails you. Again, go ask 2-4. We saw it hurts watching that. So,
right.
As long as the body is healthy, the mind will, follow, and you'll realize the downtime is it's a good thing for you.
Let's give a big round of applause to Kevin Love, who very well could be the Cavs MVP during this playoff run. I mean, he's made outside shots. He's getting the rebounds. He's starting to break. Kevin Love is a great fit with what the Cavaliers are doing in this particular postseason.
Too bad it took a couple of coaches to figure it out.
Right, exactly. All right, again, stay tuned to our Twitter at ITZSportsShow. We'll definitely keep you apprised of all of the NBA playoffs action, both Eastern and Western Conference. Let's talk about Tim Duncan as the Spurs were eliminated by the Thunder. Should Timmy go ahead and hang it up? Dwayne Sutton, we'll start with you.
Timmy should have hung it up last year. Some people might harp on it and say, well, he had a great regular season. That means nothing if you get to the playoffs, and it hurts to even watch you try to make post moves.
Right.
Like, he's losing the ball off his own foot. He can't figure whether he's going left or right. He's passing the teammates that aren't his. Like, it's just not good.
Willie Epstein.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Dwayne. My bad.
No, I was going to say anybody who watches Empire, Jamal's dad. I don't care what anybody. Lucius Lyon ain't got nothing on Tim Duncan. That boy look like Jamal, and he should have hung it up last year. It's a wrap. Timmy D, we thank you. God bless you.
Willie Epstein Jr.
Yeah, before I get to Tim Duncan, one real quick note about the Cavaliers and the Raptors. Should they happen to meet, it would be a heck of a series in my opinion. But anyway, back to Timmy D. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something that puts it all in a basket for me, for Tim Duncan, and why I think he should just go ahead and go hang him up. In a pivotal Game 6 in Oklahoma City on Thursday night, in which they were defeated, Timmy D started the fourth quarter on the pine. Now you have to imagine how tough that had to have been for Greg Popovich. Together they've won 1,001 regular season games. They've won, 5 championships together? So it's like Dwayne said, it looked like he was in pain out there, even though he may not have any injuries at all. He was just a step behind everybody. And one particular play I remember seeing in the fourth quarter, when he went up for a dunk and he would have exploded back in the day and converted, he was blocked and left laying on his back on the floor.
Did you see the look on his face after that? I think he retired at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timmy, it's been a great run, but the game has obviously passed you by. You and Kobe, man, y'all can have many stories to tell. Just go ahead and go out together. Just go ahead and sit it on down, man. But you had a great career, and we thank you for everything that you contributed to the National Basketball Association, if this is indeed your final game.
Greatest
all right,
ever.
Indeed. Real quick here before we get to the next part, the NBA coaching carousel, Dave Yeager lost his job in Memphis, lands with Sacramento about 48 hours later. Scott Skiles resigned from the Orlando Magic. And we have openings in Memphis with the Grizzlies. The Rockets still looking to fill their coaching position. The Pacers after they fired Frank Vogel, and the aforementioned Orlando Magic. Let's get to Kingi Knox's The Greatest Fan interview. Kingi, what do you have for us this week?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Kingi Knox with The Greatest Fan. We take the coolest fans to hot sport interviews in 60 seconds. And I'm talking to Laz Alonso. How are you doing?
I'm tired just hearing you speak so fast. Man!
Comedian too, actor, great look at Essence Music Festival at the Verizon stage. How is this experience to you?
For me, this is is a blessing because this has been a really big year for me with Breakout Kings, Jumping the Broom, you know, and I feel like I'm being embraced by my fan base so much.
They love you so much.
They really do, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to, you know, serve them and to keep giving them good stuff, and it's just a blessing to be involved in the whole Essence thing.
I got a quick question. Melina Career, my publicist, wanted to know, Jump the Broom, did they inspire you to jump the broom? We want to know.
Believe it or not, it really did. Like, while we were shooting Jumping the Broom, every night when I would go back to the room, I mean, I'm playing like I'm madly in love and about to get married every day, and it just reminded me, like, you know what? It's time.
Love is love. I'm Kingi Knox with the Greatest Man with Laz Alonso.
Thank you, Kingi, for that interview. Guys, we've got less than a minute to go. So let's get your quick final thoughts in. Dwayne Sutton.
I know I had a bit of a, you know, issue last week with the death of a former classmate of mine. But I didn't forget you, Mama. I love you. I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to you. I did call you, but, you know, I got to give you the shout out because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I love you.
Indeed. William Ting Jr., your final thoughts, sir.
Shout out to our man, Michael Hunter Jr., cornerback from Oklahoma State, signed a free agent contract, rookie contract with the New York Giants. Got a text from Icy Mike Jr. just this past week. He's doing well, making plays, and he will be checking in with us very soon.
Yes, indeed. And Mike, go ahead and do it, man. You make that roster and fulfill all your dreams as a National Football League player. I want to say real quick to the WNBA. Yeah, I watch the WNBA. I'm a sports man. I'm a sports fan. To the WNBA, they're getting ready to start their 20th season. And it's great to see young women and little girls be able to live out their dreams and play professional basketball in this country. Whereas before, they used to have to go overseas and play professionally. They get to play right here at home. Shout out to everyone who's made the WNBA what it is. There's the Tulsa team is now down in Dallas, so we'll get to see a bit of new flavor with Skylar Diggins and her group in Dallas. And good luck to the WNBA in their 20th season. All right, sports fans, we thank you for joining us here on the In the Zone Sports Show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. We will talk to you again real soon, but for now, we got to go. For my brothers, Willie and Dwayne, I'm Donnie. We love you. God bless you. Stay tuned to the Donald Ware Show from press box to press row. And we are out.